Hello guys, this is UC and just wanted to go over some of the charts that we follow here at Mommy Trades. Let's start off with Amazon. So Amazon, this is a weekly chart. We're still holding the uptrend nicely. We do have a little bit of top price action. If you look at this top wick in the weekly time frame, that does not mean that we are going to roll over and start going down. It just means it's a pause right now. The trend is still up, so any opportunity that we get to get long on any pullback, we can consider that. Of course, we can drill down into a lower time frame to see how it develops, but for right now, it's okay. You know, it's just a pullback for right now with the top wick. Looking at a daily time frame, gives a little bit of better view and tells you that 2503, which is this white line right here, is a good support level where it bounced, where it was resistance on its way up. As you can see, we had resistance here, we had resistance here. It couldn't move up, but once it moved up, we got a nice follow through to the upside. So now we're coming back down. We saw a couple of down days in the daily time frame, but this 2503, 2500 level still is good on a closing basis. It's still in an uptrend, and every time we see a pullback into the 20 SMA, which is this light blue line, we kind of move back up. So the stock looks like it wants to touch this 20 SMA, which is going to coincide with a weekly support level of 2487 as well. See if we get a touch of that and then a bounce back up. That would be nice, because that will mean we are holding the 20 SMA, we are holding this resistance turned support of 2503 as well. So multiple things will kind of come into picture if this kind of bounces from here. So that'd be good. If we lose that support, 2480, 2490 area, the next support below that is 2440. That's a heavy support because we have this congestion zone. Let me zoom in. We have this congestion zone right here that kind of provided support on for a few days. So definitely that can be a first touch bounce play if you were to go all the way down over there. Still in an uptrend, as long as this purple line is holding. We are in an uptrend. It will just be a pullback, so we will consider it as such. On the upside, I would say let's go to a 4-hourly time frame. We do have this I'd say a trend bar failure where we saw this red bar down in 4-hourly, but we did not get a red bar follow through in a 4-hourly time frame. In fact, which got this bullish hammer bar. Let's see if we go above 2555 in the early next week to kind of see some follow through towards the 2620 area. Okay, because right now, we did come down, saw some consolidation here, then it tried to move back further down, but couldn't do it and bounced back a little bit and held this 2500 support. So we'll kind of trade around that. Okay, let us go to Apple. Weekly chart, similar looking, nice move up all the way from mid-March. We broke all-time high resistance here around 330 area. Moved up all the way to 350 and then kind of gave up a little bit of that move, but still in an uptrend in a weekly time frame. Drilling down to daily, we saw these couple of days of sideways consolidation after getting that move up. We're still holding the trend, still above 330, 327 area, which was key resistance on our way up. So let's see how it behaves if the stock falls down. The uptrending 20 SMA is around 323. So by the time we come down here next week, I believe it will kind of still, tack a little bit higher, and we can see if the 20 SMA plus this weekly support provides any bounce. Okay. In 4-hourly, it could be a trend bar failure trade where we got this 4-hourly trend bar down, but we did not get any follow through. In fact, we got a pause, and now we see if we get a move back up for the bulls to get back into into the game and take the stock back up. But let's see. I mean, it's going to be interesting how it plays this 332 area early next week. Okay, let's move on to Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft, definitely the top wick is much longer than the other two we discussed, Amazon and Microsoft. And we have not had a close above 188, even if it moved up. This was the resistance back in the February time frame. We moved back up, couldn't close, moved all the way down. We did move up after seeing this few weeks of congestion here around 180, 185 area. So let's see what a daily time frame shows us. Still, again, it's holding that 20 SMA, which is this light blue line. Every time the stock goes down, it gets bought, and there is no bearish follow through once the stock goes down to that level. So we are right there. We did close above 20 SMA after seeing a little bit of bounce off of that 184, 185 level. And looking in the 4-hourly, similar pattern, couple of down days with big bearish trend bars, but then in the last 4-hourly bar from Friday, we did not get any follow through. In fact, we kind of paused, right? We'll see if it wants to move back up towards 192 area and then continue its momentum back higher towards 195, 198, or it wants to break down and touch this congestion zone support around 181 area, because we have a lot of support here. So all this area will be support. If we are to take this off, the prices to come down below 180, 176, 177 is the next support area, which is the weekly support level. Got multiple touch points here, one here and few here. So look for that. Let's go to Netflix. Weekly is okay. We are making this higher lows in the weekly time frame right here, higher low, but this last week was more of a neutral to slightly, I would say, well, I should not say bearish, because it's still kind of sideways. It did not really break down from this 400 level. So more of a consolidation sideways move. Maybe the daily will tell us a better picture. So we did, yeah, it looks like a head and shoulders with this one, the left shoulder, head, and then what it could seem to be where it's developing this right shoulder. However, if we are to get the failure of this pattern where we don't see head and shoulder and it moves back up from here, this could be a nice channel where we can see this this kind of trend line is holding from, let's kind of this trend line is holding and we move back up. But for that to happen, we need to see some bullish bars and continuously higher lows, and then break off this 434 key level. If 434 is broken, 449 should come fast if this 440 area is also taken out, because that's sort of a next. Let's just draw a resistance around here. 440 area, that can definitely become the first target if we are to move above 434. Okay, that's a daily time frame. In a 4-hourly time frame, yeah, did not get a follow through down to this bearish bar. However, we are still we closed on the lower end of its weekly range, so we'll just have to keep that in mind. And if this trend line gets broken, we have these multiple touch points here around 406 that we can look for support. If that is taken out, then definitely 393 is next, which is the support from looks like early May, late April time frame. So we'll see how things develop, but this is how it is. Right now it's making this head and shoulder kind of a pattern. It still needs to be valid, with 393 being a solid support. It was solid resistance coming up. You can see multiple touch points here, so it should act as a solid support on any pullback. And plus this green line, which is the 200-day simple moving average, will probably coincide with that level as well if you were to see a move down. So look for that bounce. Could be a good place to add. Okay, let's go to NVDA. Start off with a weekly time frame. Yeah, move up, and then got this sideways consolidation with the top wick. Double bottom here last week, so 346 area is a good support. If that gets broken, let's see where are we headed next. Not too far. 339 area provided support, 335 provided support. Anything below that we can just kind of dump quickly towards 320 if that gets taken out. But you can see right now we are holding in a daily time frame the 20 SMA. It held it right over here, right here, and then we did manage to bounce back up on Friday and gave a little bit of bottom wick. So, but it's still weak. We'll see if it wants to consolidate here in this congestion zone between 355 and 347. That's been a congestion zone. As you can see, these multiple bars that we traded for all this time period, majority of the early June time frame. We did see a move back up, couldn't get a follow through. We fell back down into the same support zone, and we have a bottom wick and a weekly support at 346. So anything above, let's actually go to 4-hourly time frame. Anything above, the first target is 367, as we could not move above that on Friday and even on Thursday. That was sort of the top range of the day, so we just kept on moving down even on Thursday. So we got 367 as the first target to look for on any move upside. Anything above, we can target 380 on a bullish day. Okay, let's look at Roku. So Roku, weekly time frame, sideways consolidation after this big bullish trend bar, some top wicks, added some downside pressure. All I can say is that yes, it's kind of it's been selling off. However, the rate of that selling, the rate of bearishness has definitely been on the decreasing side, right? You got this big bearish trend bar in weekly time frame, a little bit smaller bar, again a weekly bar down, but then we got the bottom wick where we are seeing some buyers getting interested, so that's good. And we have this another red bar, not an inside bar, but still well within the range of its previous week. And then we got this inverted hammer where it did not go even touch its previous week's low. It kind of held that level. It tried to break out, couldn't do it. The market was not supportive, so it kind of chopped sideways and gave us that inverted hammer in a weekly time frame. In daily, you can see this is sort of a double bottom, and we did try to rally back up from that double bottom all the way into the 116 resistance. Came back down and trying to make this higher low. Let's see if we break out of this 110 to 116. That's the congestion zone, because that's what we got here as well. Anything above 116, 120 is next. If we were to roll over, go down, I would look for support at 100. If that gets broken, we have this gap fill towards 96 that we can consider. Anything below that, 91 comes. So yeah, but I still think that we are getting less bearish on it. Yes, we're not bullish by any time frame, but it is getting less bullish, and we'll see how it develops. It can give us a higher low kind of a move here, and then try to move back up above 116. So we'll see, but something to kind of keep in mind, these levels. Okay. All right. Okay, so while we're here, let us quickly review the futures as well. Let's start with my favorite, the one I trade a lot, is NQ, which is the Nasdaq, E-mini Nasdaq. So what we saw, so it's been an uptrend, right? And 20 SMA has provided good support, which is this white or light blue line. We did manage to hold that level last week. Right here, you can see we got a pause after the bearish trend bar. So this is a daily chart, and we held that level of 94.80. We bounced back up, but couldn't really move all the way up towards the midpoint. We did, but we did not close above. We did not really close there, right? And if I were to drill down to a 4-hourly time frame, so this pullback has been a little deeper than the ones that we have seen in the recent past, except this one. So definitely a much deeper pullback. We lost that 95.80 support. We do see some bottom wicks here again, but we haven't really gotten a confirmation that that we are going to go back up. So right now, 98.40 is the level to look for, as that is a swing high in a 4-hourly time frame that we need to break to kind of shift the momentum back up. So right now, I would just kind of consider it sideways to a little up if we get a little follow through to the top side, but anything below this level 94.80, we can target this congestion zone support, which is around 93.70, and that's where you'll see a lot of these support bars kind of come into play as well. We got these green trend bars in this 93.20 area as well, so that's a good level to consider. Let's go into 2-hourly time frame. We are seeing some bottoming pattern here, but again, nothing too exciting, because yes, we are seeing this bottom wicks that have started to appear. Let's go into an hourly time frame, much better. Yeah, we got this big green bounce, got a little bit of follow through, but was not really that strong to kind of take it all the way up on Friday. So we'll see how and where we open this Sunday in few hours, and then if we get a early bounce into the US Open. But for right now, we're just gonna maybe chop here, and then we'll see how it develops. Okay. Few other charts that I have been kind of looking at. TNDM, I know that is something, is a good swing trade idea as well. If you look at it in a weekly time frame, we are holding this weekly 20-week moving average right here. We did not even go all the way down towards 75 last week. This is an inside week. Last week was an inside week, well within the channel. And if you go look at the daily time frame, we held the 20-day SMA nicely. We are below the 50. Actually, we are below 20. I'm sorry. We are above the 50 SMA, which is this this kind of yellow line. So we are below 20, but we are above 50. Let's see if we kind of move back above 83, 84, and then 86 comes next. It's not a bad looking chart, still kind of well within the channel line. We just need one good day, and it can kind of break out towards the top side. Okay, let us look at Bill. I'm holding this one as well. Gave a nice bullish close on the daily time frame. 81 is being resistance on multiple days here. 1, sort of 2, 3, 4, and then let's see if it kind of tries to make its way above 81 or gets sold. Definitely first touch can be can be a resistance point, but if we are stern, if we are stiff and we go above that, it can be a nice swing trade. So look for that. Okay. What else was there? I know we were trading TNDM and ABT. Yes, I like this one as well. Daily time frame. A lot of congestion here in the daily time frame. We got this bullish bar, but we did not get a follow through. In fact, we got some weakness, but then that weakness even did not get any follow through. So we are holding this sideways to flag looking price action or pattern here, with 88 being a good support level. Anytime it gets below, it gets bought up. So look for a bullish day and then a follow through. 92.8 or 93 is a resistance. Anything above that, we are targeting this top channel's top trend line. If that gets taken out, definitely this 97 area is next, and anything above that we can kind of really nicely break out. So keep an eye on that too. All right, have a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk tomorrow morning. Have a good day.